This is for the hawker harvesters. Broken Biscuits A1 and Broken Biscuits 2. And just trying to be a friend. And I'm glad that I've been thinking about things, and there's, of course, I'm going to be giving advice out to people. That's my job as a nurse. I've got to help the elderly. I've got to help, young mothers, because we're not going to get any money or whatever. Plus the fact that sometimes in everyday life in Scotland, right, they've got people that they give jobs to. We call them the Dirty Mop Brigade. My papa gave them that. Sometimes the folk that are helping you, Harry, Mary, Cordia, they've all got cars, and they all come in for 5 minutes, and they zap up your sausage and mash, and in actual fact, any homes that you go into, there's a spoon, one spoon, and one cup, and all that, and my friend wouldn't let me say a word because she's dependent on them. She needs them to come in and help her with a bath, etc. And then there's the WISE group, all these groups, and we're talking about this incredible corruption, and distancing. So as I say, I'll be giving advice out to the elderly, and I'm going to be absolutely, what am I going to do? Because this is all I've got, right? So I've got to get in there and speak about the things that are necessary to speak about. It's the same with the young folks, etc. So there's I've got Vanish there. I've got the wee things to show them as well. Now that they can get out to the shops and want them to look for this stuff, and that's me sort of started. Also, I've made up my mind that I'm going to be doing advice for you and putting it out on the magazine, getting a magazine up and ready. And I've also decided that, it's been a while since I got the letter from the Minister of Justice, but that's helped me to sort of crystallise what it is, and it's hawkers, harvesters, and I really don't see why we should accept that this is just a job for the prisoners or whatever. There's a musical called The Mikado, and something about prisoners pent, unwillingly represent a source of innocent merriment, my object all sublime, I shall achieve in time, to let the punishment with the crime. So there's another poem, and it's William Lovelace, Victorian poet, and it's stone walls do not a prison make, nor iron bars a cage. Minds, innocent and pure, take that for an hermitage. So these things are important, and also when I'm doing videos, I know exactly who will have to be the total commander for everything, and I'm actually talking about mental health nurses. They're also educationists, and they're there to command, and with them will be your prison officer, and then the next one along the lines your educator, and they'll be in charge. And I've got everything ready for my friend who is an MSP to explain to him what it is that we need. And so as I say, that's it. But one of the other videos that I want to do is about distance, because this is actually, you know what I'm talking about, because of Kevin, and how he explains, and we look at things as a joke. If you want to know what's going on in Glasgow, talk to the taxi driver. He knows everything. You and I get it, right? So what's it, saying to you or whatever? Now, do they think any of them that whether they're well, we'll leave the royalty out it just now because that's actually a different kettle of fish. I'm not saying they're any different for us, but they're anointed and that's it. So anyway, so of all these people, that think that they've got a big tip for themselves, or they're landed gentry or whatever. So we think Boris is bad. In the name of God, some of these Downtown Abbey people doing there when you see them on the television and this is the Scots, what are they talking about, And they want to bring back Downtown Abbey. I'm afraid there'll be no more Tories after this, certainly no up here in Scotland, so I don't know what the rest of the world's going to do, but, no way, you're not getting over the border. So anyway, I just wanted to say that to you. If you think that I wouldn't be talking to you every day, and I mean that. So, as I say, from a distance, and that's what everybody is. But when you get jobs, they don't put you in Morningside. They don't put you in Bearsden and Milngavie, Hillhead. No, you're in Drumchapel, you're up the Drum, and you're in all the places that, and you have to be spick and span, Actually, a wee one that came and he said to me about something that he wanted to ask, and he wanted me to vouch for him or whatever. And I said, what on earth are you doing? Who told you to come and knock my door to ask me that? Because I know they're lying down there ruining the bloody pavements. We're taking their vans up there and they're sitting talking about football and smoking and God knows what, and they're in charge of you, and so I think these days are done. Oh, done. So what I'm saying to you is, who among you really wanted an apprenticeship and you wanted it to be, joinery, etc.? I've downloaded all this stuff. You're going to get that free. And that means that wherever there's a computer, you just say to them that you want copies of that. You can look at it or whatever, take notes of it if they'll no let you get it printed or whatever. But oh no. This is actually the top dollar. This is what you. It's in your genes from beyond and beyond and beyond and beyond. So as I say, I've got all of my ideas and my notions, etc. Plus I went out and I bought all the stuff that you're going to be making, and I found out where all the last remnants of what we've got in the way of training are, in all the city and guilds and all the crafts, and we're doing not too badly out on that. So from a distance, let me just go and get the music and sing it to you. From a distance, you look like my friend, even though we are at war. From a distance, I just cannot comprehend what all this fighting's for. From a distance, there is harmony, and it echoes through the land. It's the hope of hope. It's the love of love. It's the heart of every man. From a distance, we all have enough. and no one is in need. There are no guns, there are no bombs, no guns, and no disease. I'll say that line again. There are no guns, no bombs, and there's no disease. No, that's not it. There are no guns, no bombs, no disease, no hungry mouths to feed. From a distance, we are instruments marching in a common band, playing songs of hope, playing songs of peace. They're the songs of every man. God is watching us, God is watching us, God is watching us from a distance. From a distance, the world looks blue and green, and the snow-capped mountains white. From a distance, the ocean meets the stream, and the eagle takes to flight. From a distance, there is harmony, and it echoes through the land. It's the voice of hope, it's the voice of peace, it's the voice of every man. From a distance, from a distance. Hasta la vita. If I don't see you through the week, I'll see you through the windy. Ciao.